y'all, what's up? JT. The Mitch cruising down the road. Hauling a little bit of leather today. Got a pretty interesting story today that we want to, want everything to come forward. How the business started, what equipment we had, how things was in. It ain't all gravy at all like it seems now. Tell them about it, Mitch.
Well, first we need to kind of back all the way up to start. It may take a couple of videos to get through all this because it's a long story. But man, it all started back when I was a kid. I didn't go to a babysitter before I started school. I mentioned to y'all in the introduction, my grandmother had chicken houses and my mom and dad had chicken houses. So, from the time I was time I could walk a couple years old, I've been out here in the field working with my folks. Either, my grandmother took me out to the field with her when she worked, and my dad did too. And so, y'all, I've always been around this stuff. And I've been lucky. I've been surrounded by a lot of real good men to mentor me my whole life, and so it just kind of started there with my family. We were all farmed and had small businesses. My dad, he farmed. He had houses, I guess, 10 or 12 years, and an opportunity presented itself to sell, so he done that, and he had a small business repairing appliances. He done that, so I got to grow up around that aspect of business and dealing with people and learning about that. And my Uncle Jimmy Sprayberry worked with my grandmother on the farm, and he had a diesel mechanic shop, so that's where I learned about mechanicking and turning wrenches and working on trucks and truck driving. And so that, I've just been covered by about every aspect of business that you can be around. My dad had a really good friend. His name was Virgil Meggs. He had a dairy. He gave it up in the late 1990s, but he used to come get me when I was a little boy and take me to work with him. And he hauled feed for Purina all around Alabama and Georgia, and he used to, take me to do that. And so I was around the trucking that way. But he taught me a lot about farming and doing business, and taught me a lot of things a young man ought not know. But hey, it was a good ride. So I just started the school and worked in the evenings on the weekends, and I've had a lot of very influential men in my life that's invested in me and took care of me. I mean, I truly been blessed to be surrounded by godly men when I was a child. Mr. Dale Knight, he worked out at Transco. Out at the pipeline station. He used to come get us and take us out there, and he farmed on the side and spent a lot of time with us, let us run his equipment. We hadn't got to do any filming on it yet, but I've got a pretty good sized cattle operation outside of work, and he let me, when I was 13, 14, I had a little money, and he let me buy some cows and put in with his, and kind of got me started on the farming side of things with the cows. And went to church with a gentleman named Mr. Keith Meggs. He cut timber for a living. When he had time, if he was close by, he'd come get me on Saturdays and let me run his equipment and things of that sort. So I've been around every type of trucking and heavy equipment early on that you could be around. I mean, just been around a very diverse group of men, and been I can't say it enough, just been blessed to be surrounded by people. But so things got bad when President Obama took office, and I was in high school then. Things were slow for a few years, and I knew I had to do something. Didn't want to. Money was tight, and didn't want to be broke, but always just wanted to work, and I wanted to have equipment, have nice stuff. I mean, even before I ever started to school, my dad had a guy that helped us. His name was Jerome Walls, and I used to tell him when I was 4 or 5 years old, you can ask him and he'll tell you this. He'll say, Mitch used to tell me when he was a little boy, he said, Jerome, when I get where I can, I'm gonna have us some Dodge trucks. We're gonna have a way to ride, and we're gonna have something to work with. It took me 25 years to do that, but you know, we have got there. Been through a lot of hurdles in life. You know, I've been on the bottom, but you know, somehow it just always seemed to come out on top. Went through school, went through high school, and met this man named Morris Borden. He's at that time was the largest cattle farmer over in Clay County that there was at the time, and probably will ever be. Went to work for him on the farm part-time. He had around 1,100 mamas, and you know, he just kind of let me do my own thing, and you know, I just helped them run the operation, and he gave me a lot of free reign to make decisions and make choices, and a lot of mentoring about business and money. I hadn't had anybody teach me anything about, up until that point, about banking and about real estate, purchasing land, and dreaming and thinking big. And so, you know, that was good for me, because that taught me that your circumstances don't have to always affect the rest of your life. So, you know, hey, I just, you know, since then, since I was 17, 18 years old, I've just been thinking and dreaming big, and wanting to grow. And you know, like I say, I helped Mr. Morris part-time, and cleaned out a few houses on the side with other people's equipment, and that, you know, just it just grew from there. And so I guess what really got me in business, I met my wife Brittany back in, and I guess it would have been, well, we've known each other our whole life, but we started dating back in 2012 and got married in 2013. And you know, I'd always wanted to do this, and you know how it is. Everybody tells you, you know, you can't make it, it won't work. Small businesses don't make it. You're in the wrong area. You know, you know how it is. Everything negative somebody could say, they said it. And so, you know, I was always, you know, in fear of jumping out there in this. But, you know, when we got married, we were poor. Now, we were broke. We didn't, it was tight. And, you know, she told me, she said, Mitch, you know, at this point, what do we got to lose? You know, try it. If you think you can make it, if you're as confident about it, you know, as you think you are, I don't see why y'all not do it. You haven't got anything to lose. So, my grandmother sold me an old Kubota tractor she had. I bought my first cruster from Vic Bannister, and had to put my down payment on a credit card to get it financed. That's how broke we were. But that was in 2013. That was the first equipment I had. Like I told y'all, I was doing some jobs with other people's equipment. They were hiring me by the hour, but that's what started it all right there. And you know, I had mentioned Virgil earlier, and he gave me an old International truck, and I used that to move with. Like I say, bought the Kubota tractor from my grandmother, got a new cruster, and you know, just started going around talking to people and letting them know what I was doing, and you know, our services were available. And you know, we started with just a handful of customers and a few houses. You know, now we're doing, y'all, I don't know, hundreds. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of work that we have. So run that old Kubota tractor for a year, and then I bought a Deutz Far from Vic Bannister in 2014, and that was, I guess, that was probably about the time you come along, wasn't it, Joel?
Yeah, something like that.
2014, when my wife's a teacher. She's an ag teacher down here at the local high school, and Joel, he was gonna get it's just the way it is. We just being straight up with y'all. Joel, he been around the trucking a lot. His folks are into trucking, but he had never been around any kind of farming. And Brittany asked him if he wanted to go to work for me, and he said, I don't know who Mitch is, but I need a job. And at that time, he was fixing to take a job bagging groceries, but he rode there on the steps of that Deutsch tractor with me for a while, and then in we probably did that for a couple of years. You got where you could run. You run that old Kubota, and we got that first John Deere 5115 ML in 2016 or 17.
Yeah, something like that.
We done that. I missed this part. In 15, we bought our first windrower, and windrowing is what put Sutton Custom Farming on the map. And we got that first windrower, and man, we really started pumping out the work. But we got two machines, and you know, had a lot of work. We run, Joel and I, man, we run day and night with two machines, and we got us up some trucks and trailers, and you know, just adding to it. And I don't know, we got how many pieces now? 30, 40 pieces of equipment, Joel? I mean, it's hard to keep up with it all. I mean, between trucks, trailers, implements, maybe more. We'll have to count it up. But y'all, like I say, we've been truly blessed. We've tried to work hard, and be honest, live right, do what the good book says, and it has worked out for us. And we brought other people in the business since then as work's grown, and Joel and I, we hit a little bump in the road back in 2021, and we had to work our differences out, but we got that out, and we've been back running 4, 5, 6 months now, and it's been good. Like I told y'all in the introduction, I got the best group of men that you could ask. I mean, I don't have to. Everybody does their job. I talk to everybody either in the morning or at night, and they get it done. They make their own way, and handle things, and we turn out a lot of production. But that's kind of the crusting and windrowing side of it. A little background. We've always loaded a little bit of litter here and there, even before we started crusting. But we picked up our main customer. We bought our first brand new skid steer in 2016, Joel? It was 2017 maybe. It's hard to remember now.
Early 17.
Yeah, early 17. But we bought our first new skid steer then, and we started hauling for our main customer that purchases litter. And matter of fact, that's who we're in his spare truck today hauling. We run it when we get behind, or we have a spare time, we help haul. But that's been good, and the loading has and cleaning the barns out has kind of exploded from there. We started small with that, doing 250, 300 loads a year maybe.
Something like that. It wasn't a whole lot at all.
Wasn't a lot. It was a lot to us then. We had never done anything, but the cleaning out and the loading has really took off since Skylar has come in to help us. 2022 was good. 2023 was crazy. On the loads, I mean, we went from loading a few hundred loads a year to, in the thousands, y'all. It's crazy. What we've got 5 huge outlets for litter, Joel.
And we're not hauling on little dump trucks neither. It's an average 25, 30 tons.
25, 30 ton loads. But that has been good to us, and we gonna try to film some of that, and and let y'all see it, and do some filming at home on what we've got going there. And you know, y'all, we got a lot going on, and that's just a, you know, kind of a short snippet of what's on my mind today. You know, take hours to tell it all, but we're looking forward to sharing more of the precise details with y'all. We'll be back in touch.
Y'all, we out for the day. Well, no, let me take that back. We're gonna video a little bit of this load. We're headed to get a load right now. But anyway, but y'all have a good one. Be sure to like, subscribe. That's what builds us. That's what helps us. That's what, you know, keeps us going, promotes us to, you know, making this content and stuff like that. If you like it, please like, subscribe, share, do it all. All right, we'll see y'all. Back again. Let me get away from this conveyor where y'all can hear me. These houses right here is actually of a real good friend of ours. These are the mini megas. They're 56 wide, I believe by 600. There's row going in for a dump. Getting it done. Anyway, I've been out here working on this job a little bit. Rose pretty much been the captain on this deal. Y'all can see all this litter. Now some of that right there, you know, it really needs to be broke up, but once it hits that conveyor, the conveyor actually does a lot better breaking this stuff up than just loading it with, you know, an average telehandler or something like that. That's the only thing that you can get over in these trailers with. Anyway, these skid steers, you know, radial, vertical lift, whatever, it ain't gonna matter. They ain't gonna get in there. They just too high. But I helped roll pretty good bit yesterday. We got the rest of this hard pan up. Got it up here to the back of the pile for him. And I know today, with it raining and whatnot, I figured I'd get out and just do a little video of myself. But y'all can kind of see what we got going on right here. And these right here, the litter is entirely too deep. You can see that right there on the curb wall. Man, it's deep, it's ridiculous. And these, you know, it started off just like what you see right here, throughout the whole width and length of the house. We're trying to just stay right here in between the feed line and the water line, you know, kind of using the light bulbs as a marker, you know, as you know, and then we leave this right here. We come back, DK kit, use that big Landau blade that Mitch described to y'all in the introduction. We'll smooth this baby back out, and we'll have our, I think it's 4 to 6 inches, 3 to 6 inches of what they want, what the integrators want. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We going all the way to the dirt with it. I don't know if you can really tell that much here, but man, this dirt, it's soft. With these sharp cutting edges that we got on these buckets, man, it don't take but just a second. You'll have dirt in the litter. But yeah, well, we'll walk back out here and let y'all see how it's going on the outside. Me and Rose pretty competitive when it comes to loading this litter, which these are so far back, you know, these are back to the back of the cool cells here. You know, you've got several feet before you get to the conveyor. When both of us are in here, we try to just, you know, scoot back up, dumping the conveyor, you know, repeat process, load the trucks a whole lot faster than having to come all the way back here. But with him just here by himself today, that was what was, you know, most feasible for us to do. But oh, let me fix my boot here. But yeah, figured I'd get on here in the inside and give y'all a little inside scoop of the inside in here, and well, y'all can see how we do it. And I ain't in a loader today, so it's hard to load and try to video what we got going on, and especially when we doing it, you know, we loading these trucks load 25 ton in, you know, 8 to 12 minutes, depending on the conditions and how far you're going to get the litter. It just depends on a lot of things, how fast you're running the conveyor. It probably needs a good service. I need to get on that myself. It's tried to get a little hot on us here on the last farm, but between me and Ro both, we was putting some pressure on it, so I don't doubt it was getting hot. But anyway, well, I just figured I'd get on here and let y'all know. I'm gonna try to tie this in with a couple other videos, and that way one thing don't just bore y'all too much. But anyway, well, y'all have a good one. Get out here. Well, I took them on the inside. What do you think out here on the outside?
Just watching these piles.
I heard that. I told them about just doing the little center clean out here, and I say little, it's a pretty big job.
I tell y'all what, loading with that Adams conveyor, you better not blink when you're watching the piles. It'll be spilling off.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yep. Well, let me carry y'all over here and show y'all what it looks like when we get done. Now, we still got a little bit cleanup work to do here around these doors and all, but the litter, we done got all the litter we're gonna get out of here is what I'm trying to say. We'll carry y'all over here. I don't know if you got the lights on in here or not. We're gonna go over here and see though. Ooh, better watch it by that door. There's my baby right there. Had to leave her part over here to the side. Need to get them track pads on it. But anyway, this is what it looks like when we get done with like I said, the initial center clean out. Now you got some humps here, and we got to work these corners. You know, there's a lot right here that we've got to do, which ain't nothing to it. We put that blade in here in just a jiffy, we're done. But yeah, for the most part, this is what it's gonna look like. Like I said, I told y'all in the previous video about the litter being way too deep. Let's see, can I pull this camera off and I'll show you just what the difference is in the depth here. I don't know if you can tell a whole lot, but I mean, you see there's the floor, there's the height of the litter. I mean, you can barely see the curb wall here. It is it's ridiculous deep. And like I said, we run from light bulb inside to inside light bulb and try to get it on knocked down. But anyway, that's all I got for today. We'll catch y'all on the next run. Be sure you like and subscribe, and like I said in the previous video, it helps us, it gives us the good drive to continue making, content. And y'all put it in the comments, if there's something in particular that y'all like to see, or there's something y'all feel like we as a team need to work on, or just whatever you think, y'all put it in the comments and let us know, and we'll do our best to achieve what y'all want to see. Y'all have a good one. Now we'll see you on farm over here at the hayfield. We're gonna dump this load out. The farmer up there where in the previous video that I showed y'all, he's kind of in a tight. We're gonna haul all we can off today. I guess we don't get done, we'll get the rest in the morning, but the goal is to get done this evening. That's some new ground right there that Mitch and a little bit of everybody's had something to do with it. All the way up to the blacktop there, all the way to the blacktop on the other end. You can't see it, but anyway, what you got to say to them?
Get this grass growing before all the dirt winds up the top of us.
today. Yeah, maybe I can get y'all a little bit better view of this little coming out of the trailer. He's finna get up there and get a little gas. That's a good 25-ton load right there. We need coming here to the home place. We need about a 30-ton average instead of a 25. But that's all we're gonna put on this old Mack. Trailer haul it, but truck, I don't know. It's trunnion and all's already got some wear on it. And bunch of slack. And might look like it got rear steer. We hauling litter though. We can't complain. Yeah, this is kind of just what we got going on here around the house at the moment. Good friend of ours off of YouTube. I'm not gonna say his name. I haven't asked him if that was okay or not, but he come up from up around Mississippi and cut several big trees off of up there. You can't see it. That's a state highway, State Route 77. Come cut several big pines that were right beside the road for us, and like I said, all that was trees all down through there, every bit of it. But anyway, it ain't no trees no more. We got it all dug up and stumped and raked up and put in some windrows to rot. And either way, we get this plied up and planted and whatnot. I'd get a little grass on it, make it a little hay off of it. I don't know. We're not too much in the hay. We don't do a whole lot of hay business. Maybe make a few bales or something for ourselves, but other than that, we really don't have too much to do with the hay business. That's about the only business that we ain't in though. But anyway, y'all, that's how you dump litter out of a 4278 Trail King. It puts it on the ground.